with a pure essence and essential reality. Paramashiva, the experience, he experienced Paramashiva and manifests Paramashiva's infinite space. The minute the mind is ready to understand Paramashiva is more real than you, than your outer world, simply you wake up to the reality that you are Paramashiva. Beautifully, Bhagavan gives the Apta Pramana from Srimad Bhagavatam, where Krishna got the tree from Krishna bringing the Parijata tree from the Indraloka for Satyabhama. The Parijata tree was got from the churning of the ocean, and Satyabhama wanted that tree from Indraloka, but his wife was refused, and then Krishna fought with them and got the tree for her. It is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4. All these great possibilities, not just move an object in front of you, but you can move the object just beyond that, even from Loka to Loka. How Prahlada was able to, just in a jiffy, he was able to make the whole pillar pregnant, and avatar happens immediately. It's not born and avatar manifest. Immediately from the pillar that he points, avatar happened. Simply you can move anything when you know you are consciousness. You are more powerful than the nuclear power. Again and again restoring your space, powerful space, is the Paramashiva in you, manifesting as reality. Paramashiva in all of us is higher than what we perceive as the outer world. Bhagavan in the Atma Pramana gives us the cognitive shift, how even the small object and how he was in detail and manifesting the reality.
For me, and I myself sat with that carpenter and helped him, assisted him, and that cleaned his patre and did all the physical labor and supported and did little work along with him, and took that padaka and offered at his feet, and he blessed it. Still we have that padaka, it is there with us. This 9 rupee I'll go and ask my grandfather. He will not ask the second word. In those days, kids are not given so much money. Even though family is rich, kids will not be given money. Only nowadays you have all this stupid packet money, jacket money and all that. In those days, first of all, packet was not there. Where is packet money? And villages, they don't give so much money and all. But he will not ask me second word. He will look at the cashier. There will be one cashier who is also his partner. He literally brought him up and he will look at him. And that fellow will count that 9 rupee for 2 hours. 2 hours I have to be standing there. This fellow will rub. See, if it is a note, you rub and find out whether it is 1 or 2, I understand. Coin, 1 rupee coin, he will rub. Almost that coin will lose that 1 rupee sign itself on that coin. And he will rub this side, that side, turn, only 1. Then next 1 rupee. And I'll be standing and, because I do not know whether my grandfather said yes or no. I requested him and he's silently writing and only showed the eyes sign to this cashier fellow and he's arranging. And my grandfather had a habit that all these local temples, festivals, functions, anybody comes, he has that standard thing. For this organization, 10 rupee, for this group, 20 rupee, for this group, 7 rupee, like this. So this cashier will keep that heaps and keep. I do not know whether that fellow is keeping the heap for those groups or is keeping the heap for me, I don't know. Only when it reaches the number, I said, I'll know, it is for me only. The heap is getting collected for me only. Till then I have to be standing with that anxiety, that fool. And he will count. Only when it reaches the 9 rupee, 9th rupee is put on it and he will call free cashier. If I ask for 9 rupee, it will always be 50 rupee. And he will never give any change and all, and he will never ask for the return change. But he is a reserve Brahmotsavam. If nothing works, if I am not able to see my grandfather, if he is not there, if nothing works, I will touch the Brahmotsavam. Till then I will not touch. My father is like my reserve cash. So I will not touch him. And he is such Bolenatha. And I tell you, never he will ask the money back. Even if he tells me to go and buy something in the shop, he will never take the remaining change. But my grandfather is very clean on accounts, and he never said no, but he will never give anything extra. And very clear. The word, that principle I learned from him only. We have enough to spend, not a penny to waste. We have enough to live, not penny to waste. I learned from my grandfather. It's from him.
Beautifully, Bhagavan gives us how the cognitive shift makes him such beautiful space that he always wanted to do something for Arunagiri Yogeshwara. He made a paduka. He says so beautifully how he waited and manifested that. Here in Shakshi Pramana, you can see how they moved a small pen across the silicon. You can keep the silicon like this. It has to be flat. It should not be on a slant or anything. It should be clearly seen. And you can see how it was in the corner and it moved to the center. Beautifully from the corner, it has moved to the center of the silicon. All we need to do is, you can have any object, you can have the deity, you can have a pencil which does not roll but which can move, and clearly we can see the movement. If you have Atmalinga and you want to move it, it's beautiful, but make sure it's not slanted, that it's not rolling over. And if you have the Jnanajan, you can, in your Kantamala, you can apply in your third eye and your temples. You can have, clearly if you're doing it on your hand, you can put a tape and so that it is flat and it's not some slant. If you can do it on the silicon, on any of your cell phone, your tab, anything is fine, but make sure it's completely flat. There is no slope in it. Let's do it authentically so that there is no self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred in us happening due to the power manifestation. It's completely consciousness. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line and bring Paramashiva. We had such a beautiful darshan of Paramashiva. Bring Paramashiva into your third eye and completely unclutch from everything that you know as you. How when you leave, something leaves you, you feel the emptiness. When you unclutch completely, you feel that emptiness, but that is the space of witnessing that again and again, and you will recognize Paramashiva, Parashakti, filling it and manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. How the flute in the hands of Krishna, it said two things. One, I surrendered everything so that he could cut me from the tree and make a flute. Second, I became completely empty, that when Krishna blows in me, I become music. All that we need to do is unclutch from everything that we have, any label, any tags that we carry from the outer world, and complete completion, that everything we are experiencing, the perception that we are having is a dream, and wake up to the reality that I am Paramashiva. Sit as Paramashiva, Parashakti, with 25 heads and 75 eyes, completely in oneness with Paramashiva, and 50 hands with all the Ayuda, so powerful, so alive, and experience the oneness, entangling with Bhagavan in the oneness capsule and intensely chanting the Mahavakya with the deep listening. The deep listening is the key for manifestation. Now, for a few minutes, collective integrity all over the world, all of us, let's sit and chant the Mahavakya from the navel center, the whole being vibrating with that, with a deep listening. How you get into the deep sleep. Every night you feel that deep sleep and you feel that empty space. It is not empty, but it is you have such a bliss when you enter the deep sleep and you never get bored. Even if you have to do for one more hour, you're very happy. So your blissful sleep space you can enter when you consciously use your mind to become the awareness, witnessing that space when you unclutch completely from this world. Now, beautifully get into that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, soft nuclear force, Bhagavan says, when the initiation happens and you'll start recognizing Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real as your own reality. Now, let's chant the Mahavakya with a deep listening, manifesting the power of the depth dimension, moving the object on silicon or on the ground.
Paramashivam Ananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita-pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita-pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva.
So beautiful. Whatever now you have experienced, open your eyes and take a picture if it has moved even a centimeter. All that Bhagavan is showing us again and again. We do not require ourselves for our life, Bhagavan says. No need of thinking, no need of decision for life. Paramashiva fills in, he will manifest through us each and everything as the greatest reality. How the flute just was completely empty, ready to surrender, hold only Paramashiva as the ultimate space. If you hold the same space, unclutching from everything, what you are experiencing, Bhagavan beautifully says, Ramana Maharshi says, that what is that which was there before you were born? What is that which was there after you die? And what is there during the deep sleep? Those are the eternal who you are. That is why in science they say that you can never get a dream of you dying because it is not a possibility in you. You are eternal. That proves it that you are eternal. That is why you cannot, how much ever people convince you, you will be dead, and how much ever you see the death, you don't feel yourself you're going to be dying because of you are eternal. Only this body, the mind, dies. There is no death for you. As you are young, Bhagavan says, when you are a young child, that body is gone, that is dead. You are no longer crawling and you're not crying like a baby because now you are a different body that you carry. It's like we buy different cars at different stages of our life. And you use this body, but the body itself is use it in deep sleep nor in the dream state. Your body is lying on the bed, but you are somewhere else because you are eternal, and that is the truth. And that is the Paramashiva in you who's managed complicated system to run your body. But moving body is something you are not perceiving it. If you cognize that Paramashiva is functioning such complicated things in our body, is the same Paramashiva who is going to move the object. And if you cognize it, it simply becomes reality. Your perception is your reality. You have perceived and cognized that you know numbers, you know letters, you can study, you can read. Same way you can walk, which is so complicated, muscular system, your skeleton system, neurological system, all that has to function and coordinate. For moving an object outside you, nothing has to coordinate except just your power of will. And it's such a simple task, Bhagavan says. All you need to do is empty yourself and simply see Paramashiva happening in you. You are not the doer and you don't have to do anything. That is the greatest news Bhagavan gives us. All we need to do is celebrate Paramashiva in a space, enjoying, surrendering in deep gratitude and earning Paramashiva to become more and more real in us. Simply whatever we need in the outer world starts manifesting exactly the way we want it. Now, this is a small exercise for us to understand this greater science. Let's all of us collectively now chant the Mahavakya a few more minutes and experience the oneness with Paramashiva, manifesting Paramashiva as our reality. More and more raising our frequency beyond this materialistic body into the consciousness. Paramashiva is real. Consciousness is real. Now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Put away your gadgets. Place the object on a flat surface or on silicon. If it is on silicon, make sure the silicon is completely switched off. You can take a picture of the first position, and once it moves, you can take another picture and post it for everybody at the end of the session. Let's start chanting from the navel center with a deep listening to manifest the power of depth dimension.
Overflow, manifest the powers in all our third actions. Om Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Upana manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third actions. Om Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivam. Om Nithyanandeshwara. Om Paramashiva. 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 Om Paramashivam. Om Paramashivam. Om Paramashivam. Om Paramashivam.
Beautiful. Please open your eyes and take a picture of the object. And please go ahead, share it in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. And thank Bhagavan for all the auspiciousness, abundance, bliss, and blessings, initiation, and power manifestation, powerful cognitions. Such great things that Bhagavan is downloading for each one of us is the greatest science that He's giving to the humanity, greatest gift that He's giving. So thank Bhagavan for all this. And why do I need to enrich? When I enrich the world, I am pulling myself out of the Maya matrix. I am already in a program and only I can get out when I decide to enrich the world. Go on enriching the world, all the powerful cognition, power manifestation, initiation, how your life has evolved. Every single day, make a post and share it with your friends and family. And simply you'll see how many people viewing it, commenting it, simply says how many are earning for it. You will simply understand how the enriching really pulls you out of delusion, out of this Maya matrix where you say, this is not happening, that is not happening. Once enriching, you pull yourself out of delusion. Simply everything will fall in place. Everything will happen as you want. That is what is causing. Extreme manifestation is extreme causing, Bhagavan says. Causing is nothing but liberating that yourself into the space of oneness with Paramashiva. All the Panchakritya that we experience is enriching and causing, is pulling us out of delusion and experiencing the liberation. That is what is enriching and causing. So don't forget to just even one line, post it and share others' post and like others' post also in Kailash Courtyard Manifesting Power page. You can see how it transforms your life. And if you see the dollar sign, you can contribute to Kailasha for all that they are showering on all of us and thanking people for all the contribution. And more, we can see more people contributing. When you contribute, you build the Kailasha in your inner space. The more and more you build the Kailasha in your space, inner space, you become Kailasha. You don't go to Kailasha, you become Kailasha. Bhagavan says, you are raised to the level of Kailasha, you experience Kailasha. And Paramashiva is real. So with that deep gratitude and thanking Bhagwan, thanking all of you all over the world, manifesting the powerful cognition, power manifestation, collective consciousness, and such a beautiful space. Thank you so much for holding Paramashiva is real. With the deep Paramashiva as my word, thought, and action, everyone as Paramashiva as my realization, ending the session with the Purna Mantra. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओं तत्सत् सर्वं भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवं पादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you after the next darshan.